Hi, it's Rebecca Marina Messenger, and I'm here with a message from my Pleiadian friends. However, it's the same message that every enlightened being has been saying forever, and that is, wake up and learn how to have some self-love. Now, what I love about my Pleiadian friends is they actually gave some really good instructions how to do that, and some reason behind it. Now, every morning I journal, and I usually channel, and I write it down. So I'm just going to read it to you. And my friends say the big reason for you all, especially light workers, to practice self-love is because this replenishes your life force energy. It is wonderful when we see partnerships and friends who constantly lift one another up. However, often this gets out of balance, and one party finds themselves giving and giving and giving to the point of exhaustion. Can I get an amen? Sometimes feeling quite righteous due to the old teaching of that it's more blessed to give than to receive. This interpretation was misconstrued when the church had total control over the handwritten copies of Holy Scriptures. Very beneficial is the Sufi quote, "If you desire to help the poor, it's very good to be rich." A healer or light worker, and I'm going to interject here. To me, a light worker is anyone that has a healing heart, anyone that desires to help. And that includes just about everybody I know. So, a light worker or healer can diminish their life force energy by constantly giving and never taking the time to practice self-love. Self-love creates confidence. Confidence eradicates self-doubt. If you ever did not doubt yourself, what could you do? Let me rephrase that. I messed up a little bit. If you didn't doubt yourself, what could you do? When you get a message from Spirit and you just wonder if it's really true and sit around waiting for something to happen, or if you feel like you have to go and ask all your friends about it, or if you're constantly asking for a sign, you could use a little help in self-confidence, and we can help you get there with some self-love. Let me continue. If you did receive a divine message and you didn't have all the self-doubt, what would you do? How would it affect your life? If you felt a strong guidance to move to another location and did not doubt yourself, what would you do? By the way, do you hear the seagulls outside? I've always wanted to live near the beach, and I finally followed my divine guidance, and my dream came true. If you were able to give yourself healing, love, tenderness, and appreciation, how do you think that would affect your other intimate relationships? Would you be all needy and clingy and looking for someone to complete you? As a confident and full of love individual, you attract far healthier relationships in all ways. If you were confident in business, not doubting yourself, your talents, what kind of business relationships do you think you would attract? In short, practicing healthy self-love builds you up in every area of your life. you become an even brighter light, and your life is far happier. You have no worries of depleting your life force energy, as you are constantly being replenished from within. And this is from my friends from the Pleiadian system, my personal friends. I call them Yodi and Foy. They say, "You can't say my name, Rebecca." So I'm going to give you 3 ways, and some you may know about. However, I think they present them in a little bit different light. This is something that you can do that will start to generate self-love. And how do I know this? Because, of course, who do you think needed this message? I did. I started doing this and generating my own self-love and stopped looking for love to come outside myself. So, one of the simple ways is with SelfTouch. Also, you're going to have a hard time losing any weight if you don't learn how to touch yourself lovingly. Now, I'm not talking about masturbation, although that's good too. But what my friends advise me when I wake up in the morning to just touch myself lovingly. You know, you have healing energy in your hands. And just to say, "Oh, sweetie." And just when you're driving down the road, touch yourself. Don't be afraid to touch yourself. And touch yourself with love. And having the intention that healing energy is going to come from your own hands into your own beautiful self. Now, that's one way. Don't think because it's simple that it won't rock your world. Another way is, and others have taught about this, to look in your own eyes at least once a day. To look in your own eyes and say, "I love you. I love you. Just like you are." Because all of us feel we have some big flaw or maybe some bad habits that if people knew about, they wouldn't love us. Just allow yourself to look into the soul that you are and say, "I love you, you brave soul. You came here with all these problems. And look at you. I love you." And then the third way is my very favorite way. I have never heard this from any other source. So one day I was saying something nice to someone, because one of my love languages is words of affirmation. I love to say nice things to people. And I love to think nice things about people, like, "Oh, they're so adorable. I just love that person." And my Pleiadian friend said, "Rebecca, you have compliment deficit. You're always giving it out to everyone else. So here's what we want you to do. Every time you even think, 'Oh, they're so adorable,' you must also say, 'Oh, I'm so adorable.' Turn it around. And every time you think or say, 'Oh, you're so precious,' even if you're doing it to a puppy, a baby, you must always turn it around and say, 'I'm so precious.' When you admire someone, 'I admire so many things about you.' Ooh, here comes a little bell. It gets to be like Pavlov's dog after a while. Ooh, I admire so many things about me." What this does, it causes you to just become this beaming ball of light, and you just automatically start being more of an uplifter. You start being a brighter light, and it gets to be this fun, joyful game to turn it around to yourself and say, "Oh, I'm so adorable." Oh, so I invite you to try this, and especially fun just in your thoughts. Think about somebody that you admire right now. I admire whoever it is. And then turn it around to yourself. Think about someone that you adore right now. I adore that person. Oh, I adore myself. You see how fun it is? You see how the joy just starts to build and build and build? And when you give yourself love, and it starts to eradicate that old crap about not being worthy, yada, yada, yada. I can't believe light workers are still stuck in that. By the way, if you'd like to visit my website, RebeccaMarina.com, marina like a boat, marina, I'm always teaching classes about self-confidence, about learning how to channel, about talking to dead people, about all kind of wonderful, not boring things. So, if you like this kind of information, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. And I invite you to touch yourself with a loving touch. And look into your eyes and say, I love you, just like you are. And I invite you to give out compliments and to give yourself those very same compliments. This is Rebecca Marina Messenger, and I'm sharing a message from my Pleiadian friends, Yodi and Foy, and from my heart to your heart. God bless, and you're loved. Oh, by the way, I love you. Oh, I love myself too. Isn't this fun?